Good evening and thank you for joining us. My name is Harry Fisk and I'm the Vice President of Membership for the Middle Tennessee Council, and this is Dylan Thegg, our Council's Director of Field Service. First off, thank you for giving of your time to ensure that Scouting succeeds in your community. We're going to cover the information about how we will work together to help our units and the Middle Tennessee Council take the steps to return to our 2019 levels. 2020 has been a challenging year to say the least, but thank you all for being part of our Scouting Corps. It is from you that we are able to build a stronger foundation for the future. We're going to cover a few key items to ensure we are all on the same page. First, our theme and marketing, then our new strategies and approaches to strengthen our programs. Next, we will discuss our general approach to school talks and sign-up nights, and then finish up with what's next and the support we have for our new leaders. With our information covered, I will hand it over to Dylan to tell us about our first items.
Thank you, Harry, and thank you again for all that you all are doing for Scouting. We will start by covering the general items that, as unit leadership, you'll need to share with your district representatives. We have our district and council calendars available for you on our council webpage at mtcbsa.org. And we're asking for you to please provide your unit calendar to your executive so that they can share the specific items with the new families and youth during the recruitments. Our top 40 list is a document that helps show the top items that we're able to work together on to make sure we accomplish all of them at each school. The council will provide the staff and materials for the top 10 list. What we are asking you as unit leaders to do is to accomplish at least 5 of the other items outside of the top 10. This will give us the best chance for successful recruitments at each of our schools. With the key items covered, let's talk about our theme and resources that will be available. I'll let Harry share our theme.
Thanks, Dylan. We're excited to share that our theme this year is Rocket into Scouting. We will be handing out bungee rockets to our new Cub Scouts joining and 7-in-1 paracord bracelets to our new Scouts BSA members. We are also going to provide a rocket to launch at the first PAC meeting following the sign-up night. Following the opening meetings, we will have shooting sports days scheduled throughout the council to give the new Scouts an opportunity to shoot a BB gun and a bow. This will hopefully hold their excitement level up until they have the chance to attend a Cub and family weekend. This is the ideal route for new families, and if they experience Scouting this way, then they will have strong chance of staying with the program long term. Now I'll hand it back over to Dylan to cover our specific resources.
All right, we are committed to purchasing all of our normal static marketing items: banners, posters, fillable and standard yard signs, stickers, and flyers. We have enough posters and yard signs for you to use in any location you would like within your community. All of our physical marketing items will drive our interested parents to our council website. There, they'll click on the Join Now button and they'll be able to find a unit or find a sign-up night. Then lastly, we will have JPEGs and other documents ready for you to share on your Facebook pages and all social media outlets. We'll also support our digital marketing campaign by paying for Facebook geofencing. If we work together in the weeks leading up to each of our sign-up nights, then we'll be able to have great results all throughout the council. I'll hand it back over to Harry to share what we have and are working on this year that's new.
Thanks, Dylan. We're thankful for our team of volunteers that have worked with us to develop our new Cub Masters Kit. This is a group of documents that will help our new and existing PAC leadership in the development of program for this fall. We have an example calendar that is specific to each district, a suggested PAC meeting per month, and a kit that will be sent with helpful items for the first PAC meeting. We are hopeful that this kit and the documents will help with restarting many of our PACs this fall. Then this year, we are making a request of our units to use the month of July as our first Scouts service to Schools campaign. Many of our PACs and troops are already completing normal service for our schools, but we would like to request that each of you make an effort during the month of July to complete a service project of some kind. The council is working to have this back so that any supplies needed for beautification projects will be easily accessible. But it does not have to stop with mulch and trash pickup. We have had PAC complete opening flag ceremonies, helped to provide supplies for community support boxes, and even assisted with painting. Finding out what it is that your unit can do for the school, especially the elementary, will be the most important step. It'll be good for scouting to be viewed as the community service wing of our local schools. More information will be shared soon, so please be on the lookout. Now I'll hand it back over to Dylan.
All right, thank you, Harry. We will be conducting our unit assessments over the next few weeks to make sure that both you and the district committee are on the same page about when you would like to hold your sign up and what specific items need to be covered. If your executive or your district membership volunteer team has not reached out yet regarding your assessment, then please use our webpage Contact Us link on our council website to be able to get their information and call your executive directly. We also have the example unit assessment document available on our council website if you would like to look it over. Our communication is going to be key in coordinating a strong recruitment, and there are a few additional items that will help with that. First off is the Be a Scout link. Make sure that you spend the time needed to update the information on there. Make sure that your meeting location is correct and all of the contact information for your leadership is proper. If you need any help in accessing that or you're having trouble updating anything, please let your district executive know and we'll be able to get the problem solved for you. A very important area is to make sure that you have quick response. Assign somebody within your unit that's responsible for returning questions or calls or approving applications within just a few days, if not a few hours of when it's submitted. These are our new families coming in and they've got a lot of questions, and the quicker we can help them, the quicker they're going to get plugged into our units. Then a fall recruitment tracker. This is going to be a very big and important document. It's going to be the location where you can see all of the signups within your particular community. And you're able to see your contact information as the key person within the unit as well. This is going to be a forward-facing document for our families that go to the Join Now button. So it's very important that we have your information correct. Then also, your information will go onto our flyers. And we've got to make sure that we get that right, because that's what is handed to every single kid in every single school. So we want to make sure that your information is correct. And we're going to take one additional step to do that by letting you know from our office staff when that flyer is getting printed, and before it gets printed, we're going to share what we have down for your information. All right, so what to expect from our staff. It's going to be very important that we do everything we can to stay on the date that you request for the sign up. But the principal really is the last call. And if they want it on a different date, then we'll need to go with what the school prefers. But we will stay committed to trying to keep it to the date that you've requested. Then communication a month out from our sign up on what it is that we're going to be doing for our marketing in the lead up. But the more important date is a week out. Our staff are committed to going to each of our schools and putting out our yard signs and our posters to make sure that the families know that the sign up is coming up. So the next item is our singular source of communication. We would really like for our district executive to be that person with the principal. We don't want to have to cover different things that are coming from different individuals. We would like it to be one source. There may be a few instances where you all, as the unit leader, have a better relationship and you can help with that connection, but please communicate with your district executive to make sure that we have one source communicating with the school. Then the last item will be our school talk itself. We've got an example on our YouTube page, but just to share a couple of the highlights, we asked 3 main questions. Who likes to play outside? We get to go camping, hiking, and fishing. Who likes to build stuff like Pinewood Derby cars? And who likes to go on really awesome field trips? And that's where we get to share all of the really fun things that your family has the opportunity to do in the scouting program. But we end with focusing on Cub World, the 2 pirate ships marooned on Old Hickory Lake, a castle, frontier adventure, and being able to shoot BB guns and bows and arrows. That talk is on that YouTube channel, so you're more than welcome to view it there. But also, if you have pack-specific information that you would like us to sprinkle in, we can do that. So if you've got a fun activity that's scheduled for this fall, share that with your executive, and we can make sure that it's included in our promotion. All right, the Scouts BSA talk and the Scouts BSA promotion. I'm excited about this. We piloted this and tried it out in the Williamson County school system earlier this year, and it went great. But we're going to go to each of our middle schools during lunch, and we're going to hand out flyers to the youth that are interested. But we focus more on the big items that they get to do, like shotguns and rifles, jet skis at camp, speedboats, cope, rock climbing and rappelling, and all the really cool things that are associated with the Scouts BSA activities. But what we are going to do is hand out a flyer that it will go to each of those youth that has our district-wide sign up on Zoom. So it'll be a little different, and I'll share that in just a moment when we're talking about the sign-up nights. But we're also going to ask the schools to play a quick video in the day leading up to our online sign-up night. All right, now that we have covered our important communication elements and how our school talks will be accomplished, I want to share a little bit about our sign-up nights. So what is the council going to provide? Our normal items: the parent orientation guide, the den leader guide, the PowerPoint presentation, applications, and our staff available for all of the general setup and organization. All of the items that you need, you can run through us, and we'll be able to have them printed and ready for that particular sign-up. What we're asking for the units to provide is a key leader in uniform for each of our sign-ups, and actually multiple leaders in uniform for our sign-ups. The more that we have there, it helps the new families feel comfortable, knowing that they are not on their own, and it'll help to facilitate for them to volunteer within their individual dens. Then also, we're asking you to be able to provide your unit calendar. If you give it to us a week ahead of time, we'll be able to print it for that sign-up night. And then also your unit key contact list. What I recommend is just putting it on one sheet of paper, and then we're able to make as many copies as we need, and we can hand it real easily to the families. On that paper, we want to have your regular meeting location, your regular meeting dates, and your regular meeting times. All right, the Cub Scout sign up itself. It's going to be very structured. We want to make sure that it's 1 hour so that we can deliver on that first meeting by showing that we end on time. We want those families to understand that so that they know scouting is very organized. It's going to be 15 minutes of general information to start, and then 30 minutes of den formation. That is very important. And then we close our last 15 minutes with checkout and getting our applications. There's 3 main priorities for this. Number 1 is our den formation and recruiting adults, organizing our dens so that they have a strong foundation to be able to have fun with the program. The second thing is getting the applications and the payment and everything, that checkout. And then the last priority is sharing the individual information about scouting. Truthfully, they're not gonna remember a lot of what's covered there. So there's gonna be a 5-minute block that we're asking the packs to share what it is that you all do specifically. We don't need to boil the ocean with that though. Let's keep it simple. And that's why we have it in a 5-minute block, so that we can just share a few key things that are coming up and then focus more on getting their den formed. So the other big item is that we make sure that we handle their objections, and we're ready to be able to help them and let them know they don't have anything to worry about, especially regarding knowledge, because we've got everything provided for them and helpful to them to be able to have fun with the program. Please do your best to not deviate from our plan here. We need to make sure that it's very structured and very straightforward, and then we end on time. All right, the Scouts BSA sign up. So we talked about our school talk, but the really exciting thing is that we had a lot of success with a coordinated, organized Zoom sign up. And the way that we're gonna work that is on the flyer that we pass out, it will have the registration link for our Zoom meeting. And in that meeting, when the parent registers for it, we will ask for their individual school name. Then, when they come into our Zoom meeting, our staff will break them out into your troops' individual rooms based off of their school. And so inside of that room, you'll be able to share your individual troops' information about when the next meeting is, where you meet, what day you meet on, what your activities are, and we'll coordinate all of this. I know there are more troops that pull from some of the middle schools than just one. So we'll work together to make sure that you have all of your information teed up with all the different troops that are associated with the individual schools in our breakout rooms. I think this is going to be a really great opportunity for us to be able to gain a lot of new Scouts BSA members this fall. So I'm looking forward to this, and we'll do all of the same marketing and coordination on the front end that we do with the Cub Scouts leading up to your individual district's online Zoom sign up. The last couple of things that I'll share are the follow-up after the sign-up. We want to make sure that we get our fee taken care of. We don't want to have to go chasing our tail to get that later on. We want to get that at the very meeting that we're doing at that sign-up night. You can pay directly to the council, and those families that night can do that. Or if the pack or troop want them to pay to the unit because of any fees or other items that are collected, we request that you make the payment that night to the council so that we can get them entered into ScoutNet as soon as possible. Also, make sure that you sign those applications. We also don't want to have to circle back when it gets turned in and get another signature or anything. Please remember, as unit leaders, to get your signature on that application or get your approval to the district executive in whatever route possible, so that we can get those applications posted as soon as possible, and then they're in your unit. Please feel free to reach out at any time with any questions regarding any of these items. Like we've said, it's very important for us to keep the lines of communication clear so that we're able to remain on the same page throughout all of our fall recruitment campaign. Thank you again for your leadership, your willingness, and all you do. I'll hand it back over to Harry to close us out.
Thanks, Dylan. The last thing that we want to cover is what we need to do after the first meeting. Like we discussed earlier, there will be materials ready through our Cub Master Kit for our packs. The pack meetings will be based on the unit, but the most important items is that the next meeting needs to focus on fun. There are examples on our agenda, but the simple thing is to get the Scouts active and not sitting and listening to an adult. The final area is to make sure you promote online trainings for our new leaders. Our leaders have to complete youth protection training, and then your unit is recognized for having your leaders trained in their position. It's also going to help with the quality of our program, so please remember to stress the importance of training. With that, I'd like to say thank you again to each of you for all that you are doing to shape the lives of the youth that we serve. We have a great opportunity to get our council back on track from the 2019 levels and become one of the fastest growing scouting councils in the country once again. You all are our core, and we are grateful for you battling through this past year. All the fall recruitment items will be available to you at our July Roundup kickoff meetings. Please ask any questions by leaving them in this message board or asking your district representatives directly. I'm excited to see what we will be able to accomplish together this fall. Thank you, and see you all soon.